Hi, welcome to my video, Counting with Plates and Straws. This is a fun activity that is just going to help your child counting from 1 to 10. I know counting from 1 to 10 sounds easy, but what we're trying to achieve with these videos and these games is to give the children meaning to the words that they are using. So this activity is going to help children see what that word 1 means, 2 means. Rote counting is okay, but let's put it to some use. Let's make it alive. Let's put it to some kind of an active activity that they can actually do so that they can better understand the counting from 1 to 10. Sounds easy, but it's going to be very helpful. And the repetition, again, is going to help build that strong memory, those strong connections in the brain that are going to help the children retrieve information when they need it in future learning. Now, I hope that you've done some movement before you do these activities with the children. Again, you can play the freeze. The freeze is a fun game where you play music and the children can dance and dance and dance, and then the music stops and they have to freeze. Now, it sounds easy, but some children have a hard time stopping when the music stops. But as they do it over and over and over again, you will see that they will really get better at it. So again, always do some movement before you sit down to any lesson or any activity, just to get the wiggles out, get the brain primed and ready to learn. So let me show you what you're going to need for this activity, your materials. Here's what you need. You're going to need some styrofoam plates, the small ones. You can get these at the dollar store. And you're going to need some straws, and there's a variety of straws out there that you can get. These are smoothie straws, and they're good ones. And then I found these straws, which are the ones I've used, and these are really big smoothie straws, but they're good. And then you can use the regular straws that we're all used to. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut your straws into 2-inch pieces, as I have here. Okay? And then this is what you're going to do. You're going to take your styrofoam plate and you're going to mark your styrofoam plate with markers. You're going to use the colors of the straws that you have, because sometimes these came in a lot of multiple colors, but not all of them will. So you're going to have to check on the straws. This one has pink, green, orange, and blue. So you would use your pink, green, orange, and blue markers, okay? So you're going to mark them now with a marker. Crayon does not mark very well on styrofoam plate. So I have 1 is red, 2 is green, 3 is orange, 4 is purple, and it's going to be marked from 1 to 10. 4 is purple, 5 is yellow, 6 is blue, so on and so on. And you'll just repeat your colors as you go through the numerals from 1 to 10. Then you're going to take your paper plate and you're going to mark a spot where you're going to put 1 hole. Mark it. You're going to put your pencil through it. Depending on the straw that you use is how big you're going to make that hole on your styrofoam plate. I had to use the barrel of a marker because the straws that I used are those great big ones. So that helped. So you're going to do that with your number 1. Then your number 2 is the same thing. You're going to punch holes. I punched 1 there and 1 there. Try to keep your holes nice and spaced out, because by the time you get to 10, your little plate is going to be pretty full. Okay, so there's 2, and here's 3, just to show you where I've placed mine. 1, 2, and 3, and then 4. All right, now that you've done that, you're going to count out exactly how many straws you're going to need in each color. This makes it self-corrective, so that your children can do it on their own without any external instructions all the time. Working independently is a wonderful feeling for the children, and it gives them a sense of power and a sense of being able to do things on their own. And that is a very, very important attitude to develop when learning. You want them to feel strong, and you want them to feel independent. Here is another idea that you might want to work with. This is I call this my tray, and it's just the bottom of a case of some canned goods. And you can use this activity, and you probably should introduce it and use it as your lesson. And you want to show the child that they can dump all the 2-inch pieces of straw into the tray, and that keeps them in one place. It gives them a little sense of self-control so that the straws don't go all over the place and on the floor. Keeps it all contained in a nice area. But self-control, again, working within a space, very important. So then you can go through your plates. One is red, so I'm going to pick one red straw and put it in my plate. 1. My 2 is green, so I'm going to pick 2 green straws and put it in my plate. That's 2. Now, the brain is picking up the definition of this symbol. That's a symbol. I call it a numeral. And I call this number. How many? All right? So the brain now is picking up not only the word 2, and not only the symbol 2, but now it has 2 things in it. And this is important for children when doing mathematics, because when they look at a number, my 3 is orange, so I'm going to put in 3. When they look at a number, I want my children to see 3 things. Because if they need to take those 3 things and maybe take one away when they're borrowing or regrouping in addition, subtraction, and multiplication, that they can see what's left and remember what's left. It's a very, very helpful vision to have for your child. So 3. And the child can go through all the plates. Here's 4 purple. So I have 4 purple straw pieces, 2-inch straw pieces. The styrofoam plate holds it in very nicely. Holds the straws in very nicely. And the child can go through all the way to numeral 10. And you can see numeral 10, the plate is totally covered with the holes. So it's important that you kind of space them out. You can kind of use the face of a clock if you want to help you. But once they put all of their little straws in there, it's going to be kind of full. Okay? Then they're going to take the straws out. You don't have to do this in numerical order if you don't want to. You can present it in numerical order, but it's not necessary to do it in numerical order. And they're going to take these straws out and put them back in the tray. Now they're also using this little pincer movement. And that's a very important movement too, the pincer. It's used to hold your pencil. It's used to hold your fork when you eat. It's used for buttoning and zipping. So it is an important movement to practice. So the pincer. So they're going to take all their little straws out of the plates, put it back in the tray. Now, they're going to devise their own little system for putting the straws back into the bag. And this is where it gets interesting for you to watch. Some children may just grab handfuls of straws and put them back in the bag. Other children might decide to go color by color. They may even count them as they go. And they'll just pick the red ones or the yellow ones and just pick them using that pincer. They will just pick them one by one and put them in the bag. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they develop their own method of putting the straws back in the bag. So we want to store them all back nice and neatly. Hopefully you have a place in your home where you can put these activities so that the children can access them and sit down and use them whenever they want. They're very usable over and over, and they will last for a nice long time. And the children can get them, use them, and put them away. And that's a Montessori philosophy, that you start, you do your activity, and you end it. You put it away. So we take our baggies, and I use Ziploc baggies a lot. We're going to put it all back in the Ziploc baggie and put it away in the box or wherever you have it stored, and put it in your tray if you want, and put it on a shelf somewhere where your child can then access it whenever they want to use it. So I hope that you make that activity for your child and have them use it. I'd love to hear your comments on it and how they participate in that activity. So let me know. And tune into my other videos. I have so much information that I want to give to you and I want to share with you. So look on, and I hope to see you again. Thank you, and bye-bye.